Chag Sameach, Chag Sameach. We have here Sukkot in Vietnam. This is wonderful. Sukkah made out of bamboo, cut down in the forest. If I come back another year, I could merit to actually take part in building it. That would have been a greater level, but I have to be happy with what we do accomplish today, so I have a sukkah. First time in my life. Solidly built. No nails. Just into the forest and cut down some bamboo. I have two that have approved that it is 100% kosher sukkah. In Cat Ba, Vietnam. Wonderful. So I received from Nigeria, I received a beautiful Kulo. So I started thinking about Kulo. I've never looked up where it came from. So it came from Rabbi Nachman, that's known. But I've never seen his words. So I found Rabbi Nachman. It's in Likutei Moran Memchet Tinyana. So 48, volume 2. And so what is, we always have to look at statements in context. Like what is Rabbi Nachman talking about there when he says not to have any fear? So what he's speaking about is not to become discouraged with setbacks. Here, I see that you're on an angle with me. That's a setback. So I don't become discouraged. I just stand up and try to fix it. There, we'll try to get you a better angle of sukkah here. Where's this? There we go. I want to get the whole sukkah in there. And it's on an angle. There. Are we still there? Good enough. We're not going to become discouraged with setbacks. So, Rabbi Nachman is saying, don't become discouraged with setbacks. He says that sadness, quotes from Kabbalah, is the sitra achara. Not quite sure what that is, but the other side. Some impure force is the sadness. Sadness is an impure force. Yetzer hara, whatever language you want. It's keeping a person down. I failed, so let's just give up today. I saw with this this Indian comedian, he was just like, if today is terrible, then just give up. Just go to sleep. Come back again tomorrow. So in one sense, the comedian's correct. If we just went to sleep, then we might wake up with a new perspective. My uncle says to ask the subconscious mind before going to sleep any problem that requires going to sleep. And a good schedule of sleep. It's certainly important, the sleep. But on the other hand, no, we don't give up. In the same chapter so Rabbi Nachman is talking about being happy. In the same chapter where he uses the word veha'ikar, he uses veha'ikar 2 times. He uses veha'ikar and the main principle for no fear and for happiness. There's 2 ikars mentioned by Rabbi Nachman in that chapter 48. So that's the method of no fear. The method of no fear and the method of no discouragement is with happiness. And he quotes a section there in a song. The Rabbi Nachman says Od lo avda lanetzach tikvati. I haven't lost my hope. Azamra lelokai beodi beodi. I will sing to Hashem with what I'm able, with what's inside of me. And what's the meaning of that? The meaning is that in any minor accomplishment that I've done, even if one time I've succeeded in my life, and I'm happy with that one time, I have to build on the baby steps. I was able to show, I said I got the Kulo from Nigeria, from Rabbi. So I said, you know, I showed him the Bill Murray, 1989, baby steps, neurotic Bill Murray. Where the psychiatrist has written the whole book, Baby Steps, and Bill Murray doesn't care about anything inside the book, only the words baby steps, which is enough for him, which is enough. Baby steps into the elevator, baby steps into the hallway. Just happiness with the one step. That's the meaning of Kol Olam Kulo. Gesher Tsar Meod, a very narrow bridge. The word Tsar would also be related to Tsarot, troubles. So when we're in a times of trouble, it looks like there's no way out. So what we need to do is just take the one step. We're Akshanim, we're Amkshe Oref, we're a nation that is stubborn. We're stubborn. We're stubborn to be happy. We're stubborn to be happy. There's so many reasons not to be happy. We're stubborn to be happy. Take the one step onto the narrow bridge. On a narrow bridge, there's only room for one step. So you have to take the right step. Right? So what is the one right step that I'm going to take today? Sleep is a good one. Sleep schedule. Every person can decide for themselves. In the Mishnah, Imena nili mili, Ushani le'atzmi mani, Vimlo achshav achshav, Vimlo achshav eimatai. If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? And if I'm only for myself, then what am I? And if not now, when? So the words are pretty beautiful and self-explanatory by Hillel, but the Ram, you know, I understand it simply that, of course, you have to be involved to some extent with other people. You have to care for yourself, that's first, then involved with other people, and there's an urgency, there's no time. We are not infinite beings. When we have to begin, it's time to begin. It's time to begin. If not now, when? Procrastination is not looked upon as a positive characteristic. But the Rambam understands it very beautifully. The Rambam says, Imena nili mili, if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? I need to give myself inspiration. No one else is experiencing this moment. I mean, you know, which is why I have such a problem with media. You know, it's all biased, all of it. When the camera is focused on me, so you saw this perspective, but you don't see what my eyes see. You don't see the full picture. You don't see the sky I'm looking at. All of it is biased, all of it. The story is biased, the writer is biased, it's an incomplete perspective, all of it. I'm soaked in negativity, all of it. But, so the Rambam says, I need to give myself inspiration, but Imeina nili mili, Vimanila atzmi mani. And the Rambam understands it, and since I need to give myself inspiration, so when I'm for myself, I have to ask myself, ma'ani, who am I? How can I grow? What is something that was not great today? What was a positive thing today? How is it positive? How is it possible to grow? So I'm getting distracted from Rabbi Nachman. Why did I go into this? Because the Rambam says to focus internally on what can be done, and Rabbi Nachman is saying, what is one positive thing I did today? I have to give myself inspiration. No one else is going to do it for me. What is one positive thing I did today and experience happiness? Azamra lelokai be'odi. I'm going to be singing to Hashem be'odi for what is inside of me, for the one thing that I did today. So we see here from Rabbi Nachman, we need to learn that when we sing Kulo Olam Kulo, we need to combine it with the songs of the happiness, because the Rabbi Nachman combines it. Right? The two topics are combined, so the two songs go together. So Kulo Olam Kulo, and those are not the specific words to mention. The Rambam is talking about, the Rabbi Nachman is talking about an individual walking on a narrow bridge. The words of the song which were adapted are talking about the whole world as a narrow bridge. Whatever. The words are similar enough, and it became popular in the Yom Kippur War, that song. So we have stories of resilience. So we're going to certainly combine here some happiness and some Kulo Olam Kulo and some happiness songs with the Indian happy drum. You know, you can't go wrong with the happy drum. You don't need to tune it. It's anything you do sounds good. I've never been able to just sing any song I know and just keep on going, because there's really no mistake you can make. I mean, it's just got somehow beautiful tones, like, you know, so sort of the mashal, no matter, you know, it looks bad, but if you struck the wrong space, so that's what was meant to be, right? So it's the happy drum. You know, my brother said that, you know, a person can train themselves in distress tolerance, right? Because I've never known, like, at the time of annoyance, at the time of the storm, what advice is there? There's no advice at the time of the storm. Sure, you know, we can talk about advice, and there's choice, and you can stop, and you can breathe, and everything, but the storm is like lightning. So a person needs to build the tolerance. You know, so my uncle talks about mindfulness, and it's a true medicine.